Hey, what's up everyone? Adam here with brahwegotthis, and today I'm going to show you the best gold and XP grind in one method in the Elder Scrolls Online. Every time I talk about this method on stream, people do not know what I'm talking about, so I thought I would make a video to share with you all. And I believe this method will earn you the most possible gold and XP at the same time than any other one in the game. We're going to talk about the requirements, how to perform this, and the preferred setups. And if you have any questions about this, you can always come by my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/brahwegotthis, or Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also join our Discord. The link to Discord and Twitch are in the description. And thank you for all the patrons. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. If you'd like to become a patron, check out the link in the description. But you can find content on our website at brahwegotthis.com, and you can also follow me on Twitter at brahwegotthis. So with update 29, ZOS is increasing the CP limit. They also mentioned that earning CP will be scaled a little differently, hinting that it will be a little easier to gain CP levels. So I thought I would share this method with you all, since a lot of people are going to be grinding when this update hits. I will also have another leveling guide out very soon, so look out for that goes through other methods. And to make sure you don't miss that, make sure to heavy attack that bell icon and subscribe to stay up to date on the content in the channel. But let's talk about the requirements of this method. First off, this is preferred to be done with another person due to the fact that you can get the XP buff of being in a party of 2, and it makes it easier for you in the long run. But this is totally soloable if you're an experienced player. I would say that this is going to be tough solo if you are under level 50, but I will get into that here later. There are 3 ways you can go about this. Like I said, one is you have 2 CP level players doing this. Another way is you have an experienced CP player leveling this just solo. And lastly, if you are sub 50 and you get leveled up by another CP player, kind of like Skyreach runs in a way. If you need to do this with people, again, you can join our guilds. We have a PCNA, a PCEU, we got a PS4 and an Xbox guild, so don't be shy. Make sure to ask. Now, for the next requirement, before you click off this video, please hear me out with this. This method is in Cyrodiil. It's preferred that you are Aldemary Dominion Alliance because of how close this is to the AD's home area. But remember, if you are grinding CP, you can make an AD character and grind CP on that character, and it will be shared across all your characters. If you are in other alliances, this isn't the end of the world though. You will just have to travel a little bit farther. Now, if you are CP, make sure to go into the CP campaign so you get the bonus or the effects of your champion points, because if you don't, then your champion points are effectively useless in here. The other recommendation that isn't a requirement that I need to mention is having ESO Plus. This is not necessary, but it's nice because if you have it, it will increase your gold yield and XP by a little bit, and you'll save about 2 to 6 inventory slots from some of the items that you pick up. So it's not necessary, but it is nice to have. And another thing that does help that is preferred is just having as many inventory slots that you can have open, because the more inventory slots, the more things that you can carry, which means you can sell more of these things at the end. Now, I will talk a little bit more of a way around that a little later in the video. And that's really the only requirements or preferred things. Again, you can do this solo, but it isn't as efficient for most players. And big shout out to Chronomajin, my friend, for showing me this method 5 years ago when I played ESO on PS4. Thank you, Kron. I appreciate it, dude. You are an amazing dude. Where we are going is Bloodmane Cave, which is a delve southwest of the Bloodmane Fort in AD. This method is ridiculously efficient, and it's honestly, it kind of reminds me of the Loot Cave in Destiny 1, besides the fact that this isn't bugged or anything. But the appeal of this area is, one, there aren't a lot of people that come here. People don't really think to train in Cyrodiil for the most part. A lot of methods are in PvE areas or non-PvP, but you are also going to encounter beetles and spriggans, which are really easy to kill in this delve. These are going to spawn very quickly with little downtime. There are massive amounts of them, and it's a really, really quick grinding loop, and it's very simple. So what makes these a good money maker? Well, they are going to drop Beetle Scuttle, which sells right now approximately between like 210 to 249 gold each. They also drop Decorative Wax, which sells for an average of 400 gold each. The nice thing about these is these go into your crafting bag if you've got ESO Plus. If not, they'll just go into your inventory, but they do stack. You're going to get a lot of these materials. You're also going to get a ton of carapace, supple roots, ornate items to sell, and armor in general. You also have a chance to get more crafting mats from the nodes and motifs from chests. But before we start the loot, make sure to have auto loot turned on and consolidate loot turned on in your settings. This is a base game thing. It's amazing. You definitely want to have this on. So the actual method or loop involves the following. You will go into the cave and you and your partner will go and aggro each of the spriggans and beetles in these areas. You will see on the screen here, they will all pull to this central area. At this point, use your AoE damaging abilities and nuke them down. Basically, after that, you loot the area. What you will do is you will go around and attack these beetles, go down the hill and attack the 2 mobs down there, bring them to the center of the hill and nuke them down, and then loot. Then you will go down to the bottom of the cave. One person will go left, the other person will go right, and pull the enemies over around this area in the center, then nuke them down and loot. Now, there's 3 bosses that spawn. This Spriggan boss you can pull into this ad pack when it's up while you nuke them down. The other 2 are at the beginning, and you can kill these in your downtime if you have any. But while you are at the bottom here, there are a couple chest spawn locations and a ton of mat nodes for crafting. This mining node was up almost every time he came down the hill, and the alchemy node here, the same thing. Next, you will run back up the hill and wait until things spawn again, which usually spawn very quickly depending on how quick you kill everything. So when they do respawn, one person goes left around the rock, the other goes right and pulls the enemies all into that area again in the central location. It consolidates them, and then you just nuke them all down. This is the full loop. That's it. You do this over and over and over again. This only takes about 1 minute to do or less, depending on your level. It's very quick and easy. Now, again, in your downtime, kill the bosses that are up and loot all the nodes. This is going to increase your overall gold and mat gain. I'm going to put up a map of the loop again so you can screenshot it and not forget it. So let's go over the preferred setups and how you optimize to make your runs the most efficient as possible. And then I'll get into how much XP and gold I made in an hour. So ideally, you want to be a DPS just because you need to be able to dish out damage. But I would suggest making sure you have at least 2 AoE damaging abilities, a self-heal, and a way to CC adds once they are grouped together in case you can't kill them quickly. I would also recommend a full training set so you get maximum XP gains. I would also recommend having certain CP passives like Plentiful Harvest, which gives 20% chance to get double yield from resource nodes, Treasure Hunter, which increases the quality of items you find in chests, Gilded Fingers, which increases the amount of gold gained, Fortune's Favor, which increases the amount of gold you find in treasure chests and more, and then Master Gatherer, which decreases the time it takes to harvest nodes. Now, again, those are CP perks from the new system because, again, that system is changing, so I wanted to make sure you guys get those perks. Some of those perks are similar to the ones now, but those are from the new CP system. Make sure to have the item sets that deal damage or give nice sustain as well so you can keep your resources up. That's another big thing that you want to try to have in your build. Now, I'm a Nightblade. I like using dual blades, whirling blades, blade cloak. I like using Arrow Barrage, and I use like Soul Tether as a ult to just basically destroy some of these things. It's really, really simple when you're higher CP, but as you're lower, it might be a little more difficult depending on what you're running. And then something else I like to do is run Rapid Maneuver just to run around faster. I like that. It's something that's just really, really nice to have. Now, let's talk about the actual rewards and total loot that I and Kenizev gathered, because Kenizev was the person that helped me out with this, so thank you, Kenizev. Now, this was an hour of doing this nonstop. So to put in perspective, I didn't use any training armor, no XP buffs. The only XP buff I got was from the buff being in a group of 2 and with having ESO plus. And so I started at 344.895k XP in champion point 897. Basically from level 1 to CP X, your XP is going to go up a little bit every time to the next level, basically. So there is a Reddit user named Ruby437 that had a spreadsheet that was posted a couple years ago that basically shows a whole chart of what the XPs are for each CP level. So I will put that in the description so you can look and check that out. So it'll be there for you. You can see like, okay, this is how much XP I need to earn. But something to note is this is going to probably change in some way due to the new CP system coming with update 29. Again, they said that you're going to be able to earn CP a little quicker, I think. So they might change how that scales. And also something to mention is scaling in ESO is a little different. So when I tell you these XP numbers, that is at my current level. So it may look a little different for you XP wise, but you still should see a correlation in like levels gained in a way. Like you actually may see like more levels gained in some way, but your XP numbers per se aren't necessarily going to be the exact same, obviously. But what I'm doing is I'm using this as mathematical purposes right now, so you guys can just kind of see on paper what it looks like. I started with 344.895k experience. I needed 738.7k experience to hit CP 898, so that was only around like 400-ish XP left. When I was done, I was at CP level 898 at 572.708k XP towards 899 CP. That means I accumulated 965.883k XP. Now, this was with, again, no buffs. So if you factor in a full training set of gear, which gives 78% XP, and a 50% XP scroll or potion, whichever you want to add, this gives me an additional 1.236 mil XP on top of the 965.883k XP, which puts me at roughly 2.2 mil experience gained. So that's the basic training armor and 50% XP scroll setup, which everyone should have those scrolls because they give them out as daily rewards all the time. And according to my CP chart, that would have given me approximately halfway to CP 900. Now, you take the 50% XP scroll, make that a 150% XP scroll or potion. That's roughly 2.2 extra mil experience gained additionally. Add that to, again, our base of 965.883k value, and you are at approximately 3.1 mil XP gained, which then gives us over halfway to 901 CP. So, with the max XP buff prior to any double XP events, you're earning roughly 4 CP points every hour at this CP level. So again, when you're lower, you may earn more, okay? It just depends, but it's going to scale to your level. But that's 4 CP levels for me in an hour. Now, XP is scaled based off of your level, like I said, and CP again goes up each time you level. But this is still an insane XP gain when you take into account the gold that you're going to make from this as well, which I'm about to get into. I want to mention real quick too that if there is a double XP event going on, you can add another 100% to the max that you can do. So if you have the 150% scroll, the 78% from training, and 100 from an event, you would get 4.1 mil XP at this level. And to put this into perspective, when I ran this method 5 years ago on my PS4, my friend would help people level from 1 to 50 in this method. If you focused and used your scrolls, you could get from 1 to 50 in approximately 7 to 10 hours doing this. Now, you needed someone with solid CP that could clear the mobs in a very easy and nice way, but still, this method was very good comparatively to a lot of the other best methods out there. I mean, because like Skyreach, I think you can do in under like 5 hours, depending on how much money you have, depending on like, you know, the person running it with you. But that's pretty solid for what you are getting with this. Again, you're getting gold with this and you're getting XP. So when it comes to the gold, because this method isn't the fastest XP in the game, but it's the fastest XP with the highest gold earned at the same time, I got from my run 160 Beetle Scuttle, and if that's priced at 220, which is a solid average sell price right now on Tamriel Trade Center, that's around 35.2k gold, and that can go up. Kenizev got 164 Beetle Scuttle, and you can probably sell it for a little bit more as well. Then I got 24 Decorative Wax. Kenizev got 29, selling at 400 gold average. That's around 9.6k. Then from selling all my Carapace, Supple Roots, Ornate Armor, I got a total of 6.4k. Then I got Aldemary Dominion Dagger motifs from a chest, which is around 5k. So right there, you're looking at 56.4k gold just from those things. Now, you factor in all the armor that you didn't sell yet, like some of the set items and other miscellaneous things like potions, glyphs, etc. You can add another 10 to 15k gold to that total. Something that you can do is if you're full on inventory and you trust the friend you're with, is you can send each other your items in the mail until your inventory is empty. And then that person returns the mail to sender. What this allows you to do is it gives your items back in the mail, but it doesn't take up inventory space. So just make sure you don't accept those items until you're out of Cyrodiil. We didn't do this at all. And so many of the armor items were lost because we didn't actually pick up every single thing. That is where we are getting the 15K from. So without picking up absolutely everything, I got 56.4K gold. Kenizev got around 61K, I believe. And again, we haven't even sold some of the set items we got, because we got some purple set items and things like that. Then you factor in the 10 to 15K of lost items that we haven't sold yet either, that we didn't actually pick up. You are looking at an average around 55 to 75K gold per hour doing this method, with the chances of it being more than that depending on your luck. For a lot of people, that is a great rate. And again, I stand by the fact that this rate is the best rate in the game compared to how much XP you're getting at the same exact time. So to break it all down, you're going to get at least as low as 50K to 75K gold per hour after you are all said and done with this method, which in my opinion is really, really good for being able to actually level up at the same exact time. I love that about this method. Let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think about this method. If you guys like it, let me know. Tell me. I'd like to hear your feedback on it. But again, I really believe this is one of the best methods out there to do both of these at the same time. You can always come and watch me play twitch.tv/brahwegotthis Monday, Thursday, Saturday. You can also check out our Discord, y'all. Remember, we're on Twitter at brahwegotthis, and you can check out our website at brahwegotthis.com. But until next time, y'all, you all have faith, be great, and I'll see you on ESO.